Abaya Swallow, out of ISUPK, Killeen, Texas, on the Commando Yard. Now check this out. Real quick, I'm about to let you know something. Y'all come down to Texas. Y'all come down to Texas. Y'all come down to Texas.
That he was Puerto Rican.
Right.
God, they're gonna have to follow that garbage. It's all garbage. Pan-African garbage.
Yeah, right.
So real quick, man, another question is, so why do all people, what you're saying is so spiritual, so why do the so-called the Christians out there in the world, all these religions out there, the Christians, the Baptists, the Pentecostals, everybody, all the Judites, they don't know they're Judites, they like to say they're African American.
Because he was taught that by the white man in our school system.
Right.
They started very young. Agree?
Not the same. The Puerto Ricans got their own community. The Mexicans, the Dominicans, they all got their own community. So that's multiple communities we got to reach out to as far as need to come to these community discussions so we can start to understand each other. You know what I mean? Because we see each other every day. You see the Mexicans at the gas station every day getting ready for work, but you don't know what they're thinking or what's going on with them. But that's going to be your help in these days, man. That's going to be our help. Latino community, Black community, Haitian community, we're going to have to lean on each other more than ever because we ain't going to be able to lean on the oppressor much longer. You know what I mean? He's getting ready to turn full fascism, full, what's the name where they government by race? Only a certain race is allowed to govern and allowed to get power. That's where they're going to. That's where who know that name? Is it called fascism? Yeah, I think it's called fascism. The Germans was trying to do that. They say, oh, look, you only got to be a purebred German to have any power in the city or in the Reich or in the government. So yeah, let's go to the next question. Unless anybody in the community wants to speak on the matter a little bit. It don't matter. Go ahead, bro. We go to the next one.
And feel free to ask a question. Like that's the point of the panel. If y'all do have a question or concern, you can ask.
Yeah. Go ahead, let's get to the next question.
Slide.
It says, how can law enforcement and community organizations work together to prevent crime before it happens?
I'd like to speak on it first, and then anybody else get it. They said they was going to come, but since they said, we too busy, we got some other stuff to do and worry about the community. We ain't answering no questions about coming together with them because they ain't here to come together with the community. So that's how it should be. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of the old clout and the old prestige of this empire, we got to look at it differently. Like a lot of people we looked at that was the leaders that should be type leaders, we got to look at them like they're not the people. They're not the one. You know, yeah, you got the badge, you got the sheriff name on your car, but you're not the leader. You know what I mean? You ain't the one. Like it's gonna be a lot of people, senators, governors, representatives, mayors. A lot of them you're gonna have to start looking at them differently, in my opinion, because they're not gonna be helping you like you figured they would be helping. You can't look to them like that. That's my opinion. So that's what I think about police coming together. You know what I mean? If they ain't making an effort, then they don't get to decide anything. We move without them.
Hey, you know, we got kids here, right? NWA had a song called After Police. Public Enemy had a song. Anybody know that song? Like 9 Rings and it's only in the Black and Latino community. There is no such thing as the police actually coming in. When have we, in the history of our American experience, when has it been good when the police came to help you? If anybody has an name, I mean, y'all can tell me if there's an understanding. I'm glad to listen to it. And I'm not surprised at the silence. Because yes, the police, again, this goes right back to, and what I also want to say too with the ICE thing, for a long time, Latinos didn't think they was a part of our oppression. For a long time, Latinos might have thought, no, that black on black crime or what the police is doing is because of black people. Then ICE happened. And here's how specific ICE is. The Latinos are not the only illegal immigrants. Asians, East Indians, Africans, South Africans. I'm saying South Africans because it's not even talking about Africans, but white South Africans. Right. I remember a couple of years ago, it might have been like 2021, 2022. There was some East Indians that were illegal. They brought them over here on Airbnbs. And then there was some Haitians that came and they snuck in here and they had them under a bridge in Mexico. Nobody would feed them. Nobody would clothe them. Nobody would care. Until my organization, the Israelite School University Project for Knowledge, went into Mexico and fed them diapers, food, and clothing. Because we didn't need the government to help our people. If they're your people, you go to where they're at. And where they had to go, they had to actually travel the drug cartel route. So Tazaryach and those brothers down in Texas, they go into Mexico looking for where the Haitians is at because nobody would feed them. And so the other Mexicans, they see all these brothers with these trucks of food and they want to know what they're looking for. And they the ones that led us to where they was at. And so my point in saying that is cops should do their job. Police should do their job. That's right. But we see the history of what cops and ICE is currently doing to us. Right. So I think, Chaapash, you should, in the community, y'all should push for the police to do their job. Right. But you should also be prepared for what if they don't do their job. Then what will you do? Will you let the city go and run amok and blame it on the police and never take accountability for your own actions? Or will you say, I'll stop my wickedness? If we want God to watch you, I'm pretty sure everybody go to bed and they say, now I'll lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord, my soul king. But everybody does. But when you get up from your prayer and you disobey God, God is not going to help you. That man, what I talked about in the beginning, God said you got to keep his laws. There's a certain way you got to eat. There's a certain culture you got to have. There's a certain way that you have to live to receive that help. Chaapash brought up Moses. When he brought up Moses, for those that don't know that story, they make it seem like Moses didn't know who he was, and then magically he woke up, he slayed his brother. No, Moses always knew he was an Israelite. And Moses did not want to grow up with the riches of Egypt. And America is Egypt. The Greek word Egypt means bondage. That the real name of Egypt is not Egypt. It's called Kemet or Mitzrayim in the Hebrew. The reason why it's called Egypt is because it's synonymous with bondage. Well, God told the children of Israel, for our disobedience, we would be in bondage again. Now, does that mean it's our fault? No, because we weren't the ones that disobeyed God initially. But we have to look at how did everybody want to know, how did blacks and Latinos get in this condition? You ever notice that it's only us that can't rise up? I've seen the Irish, they talk about the Irish. Irish come over here, they come over here to indentured service, they rise up. Africans come over here, they look at y'all and call y'all a kaka, meaning cotton picker. Asians come over here. Everybody is able to get out of their condition except us. Y'all ever wondered, has that ever, I know it blew my mind. For all my living life, it blew my mind. How come we're the only ones that are always at the bottom, even though we've been here for 500 years? And that's because the God that we serve has a requirement for salvation. The God that we serve has a requirement to get out of your condition. So just know with every question that's getting asked, the city is supposed to fix every question that they have there. That's their job. But we can see that city is not going to fix it. They're not going to be fair to you. They're not going to help you. So at some point, the Bible says, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. And that's black. The only thing that's desirable of us is our music, our athleticism, whatever intelligence we have. They'll steal your ideas. Like they won't tell you the black woman created the cure for COVID. They won't tell you that. If you start going into all of the inventions that America stole, they're by black people. So they'll take your ideas, but they'll never want to be you. And so at some point, we're gonna have to gather ourselves and fix that problem.
You get to the question? Y'all want to move on to the next question? Because I don't like the police question.
Slocky Cap got a comment back here.
Yeah, let's get it, man. This whole community gets to speak, man.
How's everyone? Happy Valentine's Day to the ladies and gentlemen, necessary. My comment is, thank you for being here, number one. I don't recognize you guys, and I'm wondering why other Israelite groups in Indianapolis are not here. They can be here.
Okay. Careful, man.
It's very simple. You have to ask them that. Like when we put out the call, it's to everybody that's black, Latino, or Native Indian. We don't restrict anybody. We don't restrict the Muslim, we don't restrict the Israelite, we don't restrict the atheist. We don't every event that we do in the Israelite school at UPK is for all of us. So if there's an Israelite group out here that's not showing up, I would go to them and say, hey man, ISBK had this event. Why didn't you show up? Because we can't speak why they didn't show up, but it does speak volumes why they didn't show up. You understand?
So,
What part you don't understand?
did you invite the other groups? I'm not affiliated with any.
No, I'm not.
I see them all the time. I'm probably the oldest guy in the building. I'm 70 years old.
Right.
I see a lot of this going on.
Mhm.
And once again, the question is, were they invited?
Yeah,
That's part of the key also.
exactly. Not only have they been invited to here, I've personally invited them to have a sit down where we can all sit down. I've done it multiple occasions. Okay. That's what I'm saying. So I don't want to make it seem like we don't invite other Israelite groups here. We do. So the onus ain't on us. I'm sorry, I'm saying it. You have every right to ask us. And I have the right to answer you. So everybody is always invited here, but everybody just doesn't show up. Is that?
You're a black Marine or a black whatever in the white man's military, that make them want to kill you more. Mm-hmm. Like when they see the uniform on you, they get an extra disdain for you. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't understand why in the hell do you want to fight for them.
Cared enough about your trials and tribulations, the things that you suffered through, and how to get out of that. That's your history. You don't need a white man to have no remembrances for it.
Damn, you chastise the child too hard, or you create trauma. If you don't say nothing to the child, then you making them soft. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't no way for a black man to be right even when he is
white people that's out there that want to help black and Hispanic people, the best thing you can do is just leave us the hell alone.
They are all against you. They all want to destroy you. And the ultimate goal of all of them is to put you back into slavery and subjection.
Real Nigga University in 5, 4, 3, 2,
Let's get it.
1.
There you go. Give it up. You know what I'm saying? Man, police officer at 101. Look, I got 2 or 3 people telling me to start the show. They know I ain't even looking at that. I'm looking at Rise for the thumb. I don't start the show unless I see that motherfucking thumb. Give it up for Rise Karab, man. Y'all know how we do it, man. We in the building, round table truth. Y'all know how we come with these special editions. This week we coming live from Indianapolis. That's right. You know what I'm saying? As you can see on the camera, man, we got some very mighty men sitting in here with us today.
That's right.
You understand? Give these brothers a hand. You understand? I'm gonna introduce these brothers, you know what I'm saying? But first and foremost, like always, man, we got to give it up to the God of blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians. In the ISBK, we call them the nigga God, you know what I'm saying? Just for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians can know that we do have a God that's separate from our oppressor. You understand? Also, we want to give it up to our king, Yahweh Chaapash, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. This Christ that we serve is not the one that Christians serve. Let's make that out there, put that out there quick. You understand? It's Christ even said himself, many false Christs shall arise. You know, I'm paraphrasing, you know what I'm saying? And the one that y'all served in that church is not the one written of in them records. You know what I'm saying? And with that also, too, we want to give it up to the man with the plan, none other than Commanding General Johanna.
That's right.
Before I announce these amazing captains that we got in here, like always, I got to give it up to my team that rock it out with me every week. To my right, we got Officer Lamar Yala in the building. To my left, we got Officer Yaradan in the building. To my far right, we got Officer Iwalum in the building. And to my far left, we got Officer Mayad in the building. And Big O, they made it in here today. They haven't been consistent, you know what I'm saying? They have not been consistent. Officer Warrior, Big O Live, they in the building. You understand? And of course, man, we got to give it up to my technical team that rock it out every week, man. They done came, man. You also see this table that we got ahead, man. This joint look illuminated, man. Brand new. You know what I'm saying? Brothers packed it up, you know what I'm saying, and brought it. You know what I'm saying? Worldwide. This is how we do it. You know what I'm saying? And I got to give it up to Officer Ramawan getting it done. You understand? Officer Kazawan raising the funds. You understand? And also give it up to Officer Raj Karab. You know what I'm saying? Hell of a tech team, man. With that, man, I got to give it up to my special guest in here with us this morning. I was about to say tonight, but it's morning. Listen, y'all know him as the Chemical Killer. You know him as EBK, everybody killer. You know, I mean, anybody want it. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to these battling, you know what I'm saying? Scholarship, ain't that what they call it? Scholarship.
That's what they call it. They don't got numbers.
the brother single-handedly destroyed, you know what I'm saying, Egyptology.
That's right.
And the whole Kemet movement, you know what I'm saying, exposed how it was just a religion full of homosexuality.
Right.
You get my points. Rod pointed at each other, all this type of stuff here. Sorry, I put the belt to that ass, you know what I'm saying? And listen, get me right on this, y'all. Made a ton of brothers come out of that Kemet lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? That is a tribute, you know. Yeah, right. That's a tribute to Captain Tazaryach. Give him a hand, man. Right. The brother been here all week, you know what I'm saying? Talk class on Friday, you know what I'm saying? He did the town hall meeting yesterday, and now he here with us, you understand, on the round table through early morning. You ain't gonna find too many brothers that outwork this brother, man. You get my point? Ain't gonna
nobody. Maybe the generals. They don't count.
Right.
Other than generals don't count in no conversation. Like they on a whole other level.
Yeah, right. Big shout out.
Play the game though. Outwork. We can play the game. I invite everybody to play the game.
It's something they ain't gonna win.
Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely gonna try. I'm gonna try.
If you want to race.
Yeah.
If you want to race and play the game, let's play it.
Man, look, that's the competition is a good thing when it comes to a man of the Lord. Like everybody should be enthused, you know what I'm saying, and try to put the work out that Captain Tazaryach do, man. Yeah. Listen,
and the
with
thing
that,
about the race, we want to see everybody win the race.
That's it.
Right. Like I don't want to be the brother.
That's it.
But I know when you make a metaphor like outwork me, let's race. We all have the mentality that he ain't gonna work. We're gonna work. We're gonna do this together.
That's it.
And then the more work we push, you see the results of it.
Damn
right. See what Mauquad does, Chaapash does, all the brothers. You see what we do. So that's the importance of creating that mindset of outworking.
Damn right. Damn right. Give it up. Give it up.
And if I could, one more. Soccer War really embodied that, Captain Soccer War, right? Because Captain Soccer War was the first one that I can remember anyway, having a conversation where we want to outwork each other, but we want to compliment each other and commend each other while we do it.
Damn right.
So it's like a competition, but it's not like a worldly competition.
No doubt.
Where Mauquad outworked me, now I got to shit on everything he did, right? Because he outworked me. I'm gonna big him up.
Damn
right. Big Lamont up. Big everybody up. Because that's the whole thing. So really, Captain Soccer War, from my memory, from my conversation with him, right? He the one created that mindset that I'm working with today.
Hold on, before we ain't even introduced you yet. You know what I'm saying? You got to at least introduce us, man. God damn, you know what I'm saying? I'm messing with you. Man, listen, you just heard him. You know what I'm saying? We got Captain Chaapash, ISUBK, Indianapolis, in the building. Man, listen, this is a very, very special brother, man. You know what I mean? I would not have been able to do it do what I did up here in this Midwest without this brother right here. You understand? This brother has been essential, you know what I'm saying, in building up the Midwest. Him and Captain Tazaryach used to drive up to Chicago. Get me right on this rhyme. They used to drive up for camp, you understand, every week in that white truck. Get me right on this. You know what I'm saying? Tell the brothers what that was like doing that.
Oh man, it was beautiful.
Damn right.
It was good because we came together on it. You know what I mean? When I was teaching the class, when Captain Tazaryach first showed up, I was in the library by myself. He came in all black, already troopered out.
Right.
I said, well, shoot, get on the camera right next to you. We're gonna do you read.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because he was already ready. He was already you know what I mean, in.
That's
you know what I mean? For the day, as soon as he day one. You know what I mean? It's funny because when I walked outside and I seen his truck, I said, there we go. Because I ain't had no vehicle. You know, a lot of us ain't had no vehicle when we first came in this truck. We were taking buses to camp and all type of stuff.
Damn right.
I said, man, this is a nice truck too.
Damn right.
And you know, we just came together on it. He had the truck, we give him some gas money, and you know what I mean, we make that journey every weekend. You know what I mean?
Damn right. Give it up. I mean, listen, every weekend. Consistent, and we got to mention Captain the Goggle Bar St. Louis. He used to come up every week for camp as well. You know what I mean? So you need brothers like this, man, when you trying to save your people and fix your people, man. You need brothers that's serious about this work. And these brothers got that type of drive because they follow the man, you know what I'm saying, who has the drive, which is Commanding General Yohana. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna honor that name. You're gonna respect that name, just like you respect these leaders that have failed you. Right. You got all the love and respect, you know what I'm saying, for a bunch of leadership. You know, a lot of these cats that moved on and is dead, and you still hanging on to their name like they got the solution. Right. You get what I'm saying? When they part of the goddamn problem, you gonna respect Commander General Yohana because you see what type of men that he raising up. Right. Cap, you was about to say something before. I was gonna say what Captain Tazaryach is saying is heavy because all the work he pushing, it helps every zone. That's
like
it.
We had the new trooper. He came through off of watching Cat on a jump.
On the cross, what was
the Tommy Sotomayor mix when he was mixing with Tommy. Okay. He used to only watch Tommy.
With him, pause.
So like, we always laughing. I don't know if you call it
collaborate. Here you go with that pause culture. You know, all these coach, they do not play about that pause. Officer Warrior.
Like Cap said, you know, only place that you're gonna find brothers, you know, that big up each other and is happy when a brother actually excels is here in the IGP.
Damn right.
You ain't gonna find that nowhere.
Damn right. Was you done, Cap?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, and that brother helped put together this weekend pretty good. You know what I mean? Put up good money and all that. So the work that every brother do helps the other zones.
That's it.
The work we did in Indy, we built a campsite for Chicago. We brought it up and dropped it off and left it.
Right.
So the work we did here helped build there. The work Chicago doing this weekend helped build in here.
That's how we do it.
To be honest, it's all, and then everybody pay their tithes, and then when you need some money, you're gonna get it.
That's it.
So everybody gonna benefit when every brother do that work.
That's it, man. Listen, if you in Indianapolis or in the area, you know what I'm saying, and you see this work that brothers are doing. Captain Tazaryach drove 12 something hours?
Yeah, 12 hours.
You know what I'm saying, all the way from the East Coast, and then you got Captain Chaapash holding this school down in Indy. If you ain't came in the truth and you in Indianapolis, then man, you are shorting yourself, man. If you a so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native American Indian, man, you shorten, you know, not only yourself, you shorten, you know what I'm saying, young brothers that's going to prison every day that need you. You shorten, you know what I'm saying, our young sisters out there who are being turned into whores, you know what I'm saying, because of the Christian church's failure on teaching them, you know what I'm saying, what it is to be a woman. That's why you got to lace up your boots and come get in the game. That's right. You get my point. So, y'all, if I could, what has been like, man, since you've been here, man? And
you know, first the myth that I thought Indianapolis was like this clean white city from the outside, you know,
looking in, no doubt.
And it reminded me, you know what I find, like all state cap, like Jersey, Trenton is the capital of New Jersey, and that's a cesspool too. And so when I came to Indiana and seeing like the Black community, it's always the same no matter where you go.
Yeah.
And this is what's so important about the town hall meeting that he had yesterday is it's the city's job to take care of the city but every black neighborhood in every city is not taken care of, and the white neighborhood in the same city is taken care of.
That's it.
Which lets you know they know how to do the job.
That's it.
Like it's never a thing where they cannot take care of the city.
Right.
They just refuse to take care of the city.
That's it.
And so that's what I saw. And then I went up with Chaapash and the troopers. And who's the young brother you had with the dreads?
Oh, he ain't here right now. The young man,
young man.
Ty. His name's Ty.
Right. Ty, right? And then I see the young man. They got the young man, and he out there, and they really out there going from location to location to location to hand out flyers. And then the people are seeing it, and then they're receptive to it. So to see that the light in the darkness, like this city is dark, but every black city is dark. And Chaapash and them was the light, and to see that young boy, and you could tell he's so rough around the edges, like the way he talked, you know, he relayed everything to jail. Damn it, all the whole conversation in the beginning, it was about jail because I guess that's the closest thing that he can relate to.
Right.
But as he knows that he see Chaapash and he see the light that Chaapash has, and so he's close to Chaapash. And so that's what I saw when I came here, the brotherhood that Chaapash is building, and I just pray that you build it more. Right. Even where we went out last night, I wouldn't recommend anybody go to. But in that spot, brothers knew who we were.
Right.
And so the importance of that is, as I always like to add, is just always make sure you are UPK wherever you at. Yeah, right. If we'd have been in that spot, you wouldn't think nobody would know Israelites in that spot. We would have been in there wilding out, doing all kind of shit. Right. And then you offend the brother, like in 1 Corinthians 8th chapter, when the brother sees you and you a man of God, and he see you acting not like a man of God, you hurt his spirit. That's it. And them brothers came up to us, had conversations with us. The brother was from GOCC getting marriage counsel for me in the bar.
Damn right.
Like my wife, she stole my money. What should I do? They telling me I'm wrong for staying with another woman while she stole from me.
Right.
And so now that's what he said. He said that his leadership, so his woman stole his rent money. He got evicted.
Right.
Got evicted because she stole his rent money. He go stay, and it's so, I felt so sad for him when he said this part. He said, and I'm staying with my best friend. She's a woman, but I ain't never did nothing with her. And I'm saying to myself, you should have. I'm saying you should. Maybe you should have did something with her. Maybe you got a new ribs. And when I tell him that a man can have more than one wife, in the middle of that, the indoctrination stuck in his head. Well, you know, I don't really want to talk about that. That's it. But he's saying his leadership is telling him that he's wrong for not telling his wife where he was staying. I said, so you telling me? I'm gonna say it like how I wanted to say. So you telling me the bitch lied to you, but I didn't call his wife a bitch. But you telling me the bitch lied to you, but they telling you stole from you rather, but you're wrong for staying. I say, you know, the Bible say you ain't gotta tell your woman nothing. Right. I say, you want to see the scripture? Right. Yeah, I need to see that scripture. So I pulled out Micah 7:5 when it says, keep thy mouth closed with the woman of your bosom. So what you tell your wife is what you choose to. Now that's happening in the middle. What I call that shit, a bullet hole?
The bullet hole. You said the bullet hole.
In the middle of a bullet hole club, right? Is marriage counsel being taken?
Damn
There's
right.
other brothers saying we seen y'all on the internet, we seen y'all here. So it's always fishing.
Damn right.
So,
and if I could add on to that, because that spot, it don't seem like much, but that spot kind of spiritual. And I'll say why. Because that's the main spot that we go to, and brothers are very receptive of us in the hood and everything. And that same spot, years ago when I was a kid, my dad took me to that spot. He went, he's like, I gotta stop somewhere, get something to eat. We go to the bar. He go in there, you know, let me know, which lets me know that was his stomping ground. Right. You know what I mean? Back in the 90s and the 80s, 70s.
Right.
And so he took me to that bar back when I was a kid. So now I look, when I be in that bar, I'll be like, this is the same bar my dad used to be in, running around,
so
acting crazy.
Now I see why he brought us to the bullet hole.
But that spot kind of represents the city. You know what I mean? Because that's been there so long. It's been there so long.
That's what made it good, because we could, you know, be able to teach and do stuff like that in there, man. So Indianapolis, like, I'll come back. You have the next one, I'll come back for the next one. That's how.
Yes, sir.
Give it up. A warrior, come on.
You know, people think when we be going out to these different clubs and these events and things, you know, they don't understand that we are here to actually raise up our people, to bring the people and let them be able to actually interact with us, because a lot of times they only know how to get us on the internet.
That's it.
So now
That's
they
it.
can come up close and have a conversation, like Captain said. This remember getting counsel.
That's it.
In the middle, we
Yeah,
ain't in
right.
the club to be, we enjoying ourselves at the same token. We still doing the work of the Lord.
Damn right.
Understand that.
Damn right. Man, listen, Cap said it best, you know what I'm saying? And you know this, being in the truth, you are being watched at all times. You get my point? It's just like the Christian pastors, they being watched, but the people are seeing them do things that they should not be doing. You know what I'm saying? Which in turn make the people lose faith and even serve in the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And it's part of the reason why we so destroyed. And if you in this ISBK, you better understand that the minute you get up out that bed every day, you are expected to act as a professional. You know what I'm saying? When you go to your slavery, what we call a job. You know what I'm saying? When you come to a club, we go to a gas station. Y'all know this when we travel. You know what I'm saying? We go in and out the gas station. People are looking and wondering who in the hell we are. So this is a full-time job, and the one thing that you cannot be is a goddamn hypocrite like them niggas in that Christian church. Right. You see what I'm saying? Who destroyed the minds of black people. They the reason why we got to clean up this damn mess. Right. You know what I'm saying? The certified prophets of the Lord under Commander Jenny Hanna. We got to clean up the mess that these niggas created. And what makes it so bad is, man, look, we got Captain Yak in here today who crushes passes on a daily basis. Right. You watch them and you can see that these cats don't even know what the hell they talking about, man. But I'm gonna tell you, man, that joint you just did, you and Captain Tazaryach did, where y'all schooled them Catholic brothers, man. Yeah, is there anybody y'all saying that? Man, listen,
that was so surgical.
Man, it was not just surgical, but it turned into a class.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
get down, y'all.
Yeah, like the cat. First of all, I ain't even think he talked like that. Yeah, hear how he talk. Hey. Yeah, when he first talked like that, so we walk in before we sit down. We walk up and he opens his mouth and he talks just like Rocky.
Yeah.
So now me doing the video. Remember the white boy? He faked his voice. You know that's not Baton's real voice. Right? So I'm thinking this nigga's a character like that. I say, man, that's your real voice. So like the first 20 minutes, I'm trying to get his real voice.
Right.
But that was his actual voice. So as we sitting there in the beginning, I think they didn't expect us to know the Latino history when it comes to slavery.
Right.
How we received it, how it was forced upon us, just like it was forced on black people.
Right.
And once they saw, especially Tazaryach's intelligence, like his intelligence on that history of the Latin tribes is impeccable. Right. And when he started countering all the information, the one Mexican brother, he just stopped talking altogether.
Hey, y'all, he's saying early in the game, we are not on their level. I'm gonna be quiet.
Yeah, he was quiet. Like in the beginning, he was talking. He was talking about this image, that image, this tribe, he Aztec, he on this part.
Yeah.
And the more Tazaryach brought out the county information, he just left his boy on the damn island.
That's it.
And every time we would tell what the scripture said,
y'all got to keep y'all voices down.
This is the whole theme of how you know it was a class, to Mawaqua's point. When you're debating somebody, they have to counter what you say. Oh my God. Every time we brought up a point about the Bible, about Jesus not being God, about Mary and Joseph having relations, they would say, hey, you're right. And then the fact that he says you're right, scripturally, they have a term in their world called sola scriptura. And so they asked, they said, so you're sola scriptura. That's what you are. I say, yeah, we sola scriptura. That means that you only go by the scriptures. Right? But I thought that's what we were supposed to do. Only the Bible says, let God be true. He has speak on me as the scriptures have said.
That's it.
Out of his belly shall flow living water.
That's it.
They don't go by scriptures.
Right.
They go by whatever that Catholic Church say.
That's it.
That's what they go by. So they couldn't counter us because we would yield to the scriptures.
That's it.
So then it just became niggas bending the knee.
Man, listen, do you know how powerful that is, man? Like this religion didn't have such a stronghold over the mind of blacks and Hispanics for we talking about hundreds of years. Like we ain't talking about a stronghold for 2 years or 10. We talking about hundreds of years. Right. This stinking religion called Christianity and Roman Catholicism, you know what I'm saying? These cats represented that. And listen, they got schooled, Doc.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like it wasn't even close. You understand what I'm saying?
That man lost blood pressure. When they brought up Tazaryach brings up Melchizedek on the whole Jesus is God, that brother didn't have an answer. Hey, take a little break. I need to get something to eat, man. And the nigga left the debate. We paused the debate.
Right.
And then we did like a part 3, if you want to call it. I don't know if they're gonna release it or not, where the moderator, who is biased as well, did like a separate interview because homeboy really left the debate so he can go get something to eat. He said, my blood pressure low, no, I gotta get something to eat. And that's why we had to do 2 days. So if you watch the videos, you'll see we have 2 different sets of clothing,
right?
Because we couldn't finish the initial day because he had to bail out of the day.
Man, let's give it up, man. I got Tazaryach, Captain Tazaryach. I'm coming to you, Captain. Listen, what make it that so heavy is that, you know what I'm saying, once a person see that the religion that they've been following is off, what it do is it convicts a person's spirit to where they like, damn, they got to start questioning, you know what I'm saying, like, damn, you mean to tell me I've been a Christian dedicated to this religion, you know what I'm saying, you mean to tell me I can been taught wrong? Right. Because these brothers just got schooled. This don't make me feel good right now, which is what our people need to see, you know what I'm saying. This is why prophets of the Lord are so important. You got to understand, when you open that Bible and you read from Genesis to Revelation and you go through the book of Isaiah, Matthew, all these different brothers, these brothers did not conform to the religion of their oppressors. Right. They stood up in opposition against their oppressors. And what in the hell you think we doing in the ISUBK? We ain't standing with the same religion, you know what I'm saying, that our foremothers and forefathers was beat to death to take. They was forced to take on these damn religions, forced to take on these goddamn names. And you got some of our people, brother, that just gave up their damn spirit, you know what I'm saying, and said, listen, we gonna go ahead and just lay out, like the scripture say, we laid our body as a ground. I get my point, but the prophets of the Lord, we ain't doing that, man. So big shout out to these brothers. Go ahead, IG.
Come. Yes, man, slight Cap. Just to your point, one thing that just amazes me, like when a Christian or a Catholic, they will clearly lose the debate and understand that they lost the debate, but still stick with their religion, even though they know the information is wrong.
That's it.
That's something I just will never wrap my mind around.
And if I could speak on that, what you're saying is heavy, but don't lose hope, because like what Cap Malquah was saying, when they hearing all this stuff, they go into like a deep, like, hold on. They start thinking about their grandma, their old stuff, this thing. That's why they stopped really saying nothing. Because dude was starting to think like, oh shit, if I'm wrong on that, I could be wrong this. And now he got to sit for two hours and listen, because he's really thinking about everything is fucking wrong. So he needs time, you know what I mean? And it's gonna take some time. The more we teach this truth and it really get mainstream, like Captain Tazaryach is bringing it mainstream.
That's it.
It's gonna take a little time.
That's it.
Give it a winter or so.
That's it.
Next thing you know, niggas gonna be popping up left and right.
Damn
Brothers
right.
gonna be like, oh, I took some time, thought about it. Y'all, you know what I mean? And I see it. You know, because when I first learned and started studying the truth, I was like, how was the white man the devil? That don't make no sense. The devil's an angel spirit or something. Well, you know, I know everything else was right, so I just leave that alone. But I know everything else was right, so I'm like, I'm gonna rock with everything. Right. But I just leave it alone because I don't understand that.
I got
but I still, everything else, I was already on the road to UPK.
That's it.
You know, on the road to One West.
Right.
But it took time for me to really had to ask General Muhammad, where did the Bible say the white man the devil in class?
Right.
Oh, that's good. They could hit me with like 30 scriptures. I'm gonna have to go through them all. They broke it down.
That's it.
And I was like, you know, hey, I'm starting to understand.
That's it.
But I knew that the oppressor was wrong. I knew that anything we did as a people, we could not include the white man.
Damn right.
I knew that because I was studying history. And I'm like, damn, it seems like every time we make a deal, he break the deal and kill us.
That's it.
The Native Indians, he break the deal and kill us. You know, in Africa, he break the deal and kill us. South America, everywhere he go, there's nobody who could work with him.
Right.
It's impossible. So I knew we cannot include him.
Right.
But I didn't. The devil part, I was like, I didn't understand over time. So yeah, give it some time. You know what I mean? Like you say, you may crush a Christian right there in your face.
That's it.
And then he'd be like, nah, he just standing on it. It's pride. But once he go home, he'll come back next day. I don't believe in Christianity no more. You know, I'm starting to learn new stuff. You know, then he might change to something else, but he's making his way to the truth.
That's it.
You know what I mean? Because the scriptures say the word of the Lord, when it go out, it achieve its goal no matter what.
I'm coming to you.
Even if nobody here.
I just want to say to get Captain Chaapash a hand on that. Man, listen, I got to mention, man, that town hall meeting that you put together yesterday. You know what I'm saying? That brother, that was powerful. You see what I'm saying? And that's how you take ground in this kingdom. You know what I'm saying? And big shout out to the Hispanic brother that is attended. What was that brother's name?
Henry. He live here.
Man, big shout out to Henry, man, because let me tell you something. It took a lot of courage for that brother to come in that room, you know what I'm saying, and give the perspective of what Hispanics is going through in that place. You see, get me right on that.
That's the thing about it. Like, the barrier, like, this sounds normal to us for a Latin brother to come among Black Native Indians and Haitians for us to come together. We've been doing it for decades. But to the outside world, a Latino brother coming to sit with a bunch of Black people is not something that they're always comfortable to do because it appears on the outside there's a gap. That's what makes it more commendable. And it didn't even speak English like that. So now we got to get a translator, and he knows that. So to see that type of effort, and then for his people to see the effort, that's how you bridge gaps. That's what makes that epic and monumental to do something like that.
Damn right, man. Listen, big shout out to Officer Tazaryach. The brother not only, you know what I'm saying, translated, but the fact that Tazaryach came and sat next to the brother, you could tell it made him feel more and more comfortable. And Cap, you got to keep them town hall meetings going because that right there ain't gonna do nothing but grow, take legs, grow. Damn right.
He like, where
I don't know about this.
He ain't know nothing about it. Exactly. But the more and more that you do these, you know what I'm saying, the more and more people you're gonna see. And here was another thing that was beautiful about it. Most of the people attending in there was young Black males. You see what I'm saying? It was 8, 10 years old, 13, 15. You get my point? Listen, which they the ones that need to hear it. You know what I'm saying? But it was something that disturbed me, you know what I'm saying, from that conference you had yesterday as well. My brother, you know what I'm saying, came in there with his white woman. You see what I'm saying? And I can't remember who was that. Who told me? Was that you? Tell him what she said, Yardan.
No, it was actually the brother that was doing the book signing.
It was his cousin. It was his people's.
Right.
It wasn't him.
Right. No.
Okay.
I was just saying he was the one that came and told us what she said.
Yeah.
So he said that she said she was the most uncomfortable she has ever been in her whole life.
That's it.
She sat through the whole thing.
She sat through half.
And she couldn't take it.
She left and took 2 niggas with her.
Lord be with her.
She took ground.
She heard you up there talking and seeing the Hispanic brother talking. She said, "Oh, this is a clan. This is like a Black clan." She got to looking around at all these niggas. She said, "Oh no." But what killed me is that she felt uncomfortable about us speaking about our pain and what we need to do as a people. Right. But yet here we are as Black and brown people, been in America for 500 some years, and we'd have been uncomfortable for 500 years in America. She can't be uncomfortable for a couple fucking hours.
She couldn't be uncomfortable. I was just about to say that.
Excuse my language.
Because they will never understand. Like when Jenna Muhammad told that white bitch, and excuse me, that little white girl, you don't respect anybody's pain but your own.
Right.
That's what Mamal Kwa was saying. So heavy for 500 years we've been uncomfortable. She couldn't be uncomfortable for an hour. She couldn't sit there because the truth hurts.
Damn right.
There's nothing. She couldn't say we were speaking hate. We were speaking facts. She couldn't say we was teaching not to love each other. She can't say none of that.
Right.
But what she can say is I can't sit here and see what my people did to another people.
That's it.
But if we was talking about what the people did to her people, she's been on Right. She talk about anything, raping, drugs, no matter what it is, she would have sat there through it because she was knowing at the end of this, somebody is going to make my people feel better.
That's
it. But yesterday, at the end of that, we talk about separating from her people.
Damn right.
And that's going to make her uncomfortable.
Give it up.
Say something on that. Please. What you saying is heavy.
Who was on Shamar to let the white bitch in?
That's what I'm saying. We'll talk. I'll talk with the team. I'll talk with the team.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we couldn't stop it.
We'll deal with the details on that. But one thing that was heavy also is We gotta watch the news every night where they vilify some brother every night.
Right.
Every night. Oh, this brother did it. But then when there's some Epstein files or some pedo stuff, they don't even show a picture. Oh, it was a big crime, mass murder, serial killer. You know what I mean? In your city, kill, bodies. You know what I mean? Boom. They don't say nothing. But brother steal a candy bar or something, steal a car. His pictures all over the internet. His pictures all over the news, nightly news. They said that was a campaign to villainize black men,
Right.
to put black men on the news every night. It was in the 90s and the 80s. They put a black man on the news every night to make sure black men are evil, they're criminals, and they're the worst scum.
That's it.
But she can't, like I said, that make us uncomfortable for 50 years.
Man, listen.
So don't give them no mercy, man. Don't show them no. Oh, this ain't right. If you falling for that, you damn near gonna fall for the same trick we've been falling for 500 years. You know what I mean? They say one little complaint, you be like, it is kind of right. Don't give them no mercy. Don't give them no room, no wiggle room. When we get to the oppressor in the kingdom, don't give him no wiggle room. He can't move up not one rank in the slavery system. He got to be at the bottom forever.
But people, this. Listen, we didn't sat in a school, you know what I'm saying, and had to be uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying, learning about how white people been oppressing our people. And this is the reason why, our civil rights leaders were some of the dumbest niggas on the planet. You know what I'm saying, fighting to go to school with your oppressor. Right. You get what I'm saying? Because now you got to sit in the school, you know what I'm saying, as a black child and hear about how great white people are. This is why you can't come together with them. That's why it's very stupid to think, because you know why? They ain't gonna teach what we teaching, because why? They worried about how offended white kids is when the truth come out. So they don't teach you about everything that they did to us in slavery, because they worry about how little white Mary gonna feel and how little white Joe gonna feel. So what make you think we can sit in the classroom together and learn together when they can't teach you the truth, because they worry about being uncomfortable. Ain't that a bitch? Like what we talk about? Come on, my y'all.
And what you're saying right now played out live and in person yesterday at the town hall.
Right.
That one little Edomite, that one little white girl was uncomfortable with hearing the crimes of her people and how it affect us. And she took two brothers out with her. You know what I'm saying? Now, my thing is, what's the mentality of those brothers? You know what I'm saying? Y'all left out to make this little white girl uncomfortable. Meanwhile, we are talking about solutions to fix our people and clean up our community and give our people a better life. You know what I'm saying? And these two brothers followed her out of that damn meeting. You know what I mean? And that just goes to show we need to stop trying to interracially date. We need to stop trying to mix with them. They'll never feel our pain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No matter how much they want to come and smoke weed with you, they want to talk. I grew up in the hood and all of that. Everybody got a homie named White Mike. I had a homie named White Mike.
Right.
But White Mike could never.
Damn, I had a homie. No, White JJ.
White JJ. But you know what I'm saying? White people, it don't matter what proximity they are to us. It don't matter how much they hang around us, how many times we don't warm their beds up.
Right.
They will never, ever feel our pain.
That's
but
it.
I got told directly when I was in the world, in the world at one point.
Right.
I was dating a white girl, and when Trayvon Martin got killed, I'm sitting there talking about the how I felt and seeing the riots and seeing everything.
Right.
And she's liberal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
right.
she looking at me, and she was like, she was honest. She said, "Man, you know what? I just realized something." I was like, "What's that?" She's like, "The way you talk about it, the look in your eyes, the passion that you feel, seeing your people go through this." She said, "I realize right now that I don't feel your pain." She said, "I could never." She was honest. She said, "I could never feel how you feel about this." She said, "I think it's wrong. I think everything that's happening is right. Everything you're saying is right, but the passion in it." She's like, "I don't feel that."
Damn.
And she said, "I never will."
Damn, last point. We're gonna get to these scores. Y'all done?
Kind of what kind, and that's what makes.
That's heavy. Like she told the truth.
Yeah, right.
And what that represents is why you can't be with them. You can't mix with them because they'll never understand it. But she will always expect you to understand it the other way.
Right.
You can't come to her. She'll say, "Why you don't understand? Why you don't feel it?" She would fight for you to feel her shit.
Right.
She has no problem telling you she can never understand or feel it.
Real talk. Y'all done?
Yeah, and that's what's so disgusting about what that white girl did yesterday
You know what I'm saying? To make herself the victim up in that place.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? When we was coming together, you know what I'm saying, to build for our people.
Right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
This had nothing to do with nobody, you know, like keyed in on her and to attack her, you know, individually. You know what I'm saying? We were just talking about what, you know what I'm saying, white people have done as a whole and different things of that nature. And she made herself into a victim. You know what I'm saying? In that situation, that just goes to show they don't have any compassion on the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community. They only think about their pain.
That's it. They get a brother a hand. Come on, where we going first?
The first up we have it's called The Slave Owner That Kept His Diary for the Poor. What transpired in the past.
Man, let's get it. Somebody, you got a white girlfriend right now, a white friend that's tuning into this show. They probably ready to exit right now. I don't think I should be watching this shit.
Neither should you. That's what they're gonna say. Neither should you.
You're right. Turn it off. I can't just. Oh, you
No,
can't turn it off.
Turn it off. You on this side now.
Made himself a man of letters too, and kept a diary. Even though we all think we're familiar with the routine horrors of the slave trade, when you read what some of these slave owners did, it really does make your stomach heave. Here are 3 accounts of punishments meted out by Thistlewood in 3 months in 1756. Darby catched eating canes, had him well flogged and pickled, then made Hector shit in his mouth. Rubbed Hazard with molasses and exposed him naked to the flies all day and to the mosquitoes all night. Flogged Punch well, and then washed and rubbed in salt pickle, lime juice, and bird pepper. Made Negro Joe piss in his eyes and mouth. Thistlewood kept a tally of what was known as nutmegging, the rape of female slaves, something he did by his own reckoning on 3,852 occasions. He would allow his guests to do the same. When these slave owners went to church on a Sunday, they doubtless did so believing they were good Christian folk. They behaved as they did because they didn't regard their slaves as fellow human beings, but as their property to do with as they pleased. He fancied himself a man of letters.
Man, that man. Who want to take the first one? This is my yard.
Yeah. Oh, that video out of one.
Yeah. Please put your
Can
phones
everybody
on
put
mute.
their phones on vibrate now? What the hell is happening?
Man, get down, God.
All the reels supposed to be calling at one time.
Y'all can't be outside.
Go ahead, my yard.
Cap, I'm getting that. You know, I'm over the book department. You know what I'm saying? In Chicago school, I'm getting those his memoirs. You know what I'm saying? I found the book, and before they put the price up to $500, I'm gonna get a couple copies for the school. But this just goes to show, like, once again, the horror of slavery. We want to talk about Black history. Whatever the part of Black history, everybody want to skip over.
That's it.
I remember several years ago when that 12 Years a Slave came out and all the slave movies were coming out.
That's
we
it.
had all these black celebrities. Snoop Dogg was one of the number one. So like, I'm tired of seeing slave movies. We know about it. Brother, you have no idea what they did. This is his diary.
Right.
We just happen to, you know what I'm saying, the Lord put it on this cracker to make a diary. He said he you know, he raped over 3,000. He assisted 3,000 times.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let his guests come in and do it.
That's
And
it.
then the horrors that they put us through, we have not even scratched the surface of it.
That's
So
it.
once again, that's why we need to separate from these people. We need to leave their women alone. Our women need to leave their men alone. And we need to strictly focus on our own.
Damn right. Damn right. Go ahead, Mike. You got it.
You can see videos like this, and then you think about like what's happening with the whole Epstein files and stuff like that. But at the same time, the so-called white man, they want to degrade and villainize the Hispanic. They want to villainize us, make us as savages, we're lawless, we're uncultured people, but at the same time, they've done the most crimes on the earth.
Right.
And taking individual property.
Right.
Doing all this raping, robbing, and pillaging since all the way back then up until right now, 2026.
That's it.
So we the barbarians.
That's it.
We're the uncultured, crazy people on this earth. But like stories like this just goes to show, like, that's why you can't think all white is good. Like,
Damn right.
you know what I'm saying?
Damn right. Damn right. You understand? What you got, Jan? Man, listen, you know, go ahead, IJ.
So I was gonna say, just seeing stories like this and then reading scriptures in the Bible where the Lord say, give unto them double, it turns a man from being weak into strong. You know what I mean? Just the horrific things that happen to us, and to find out that you have to be a man in order to get justice.
Damn right.
Is something priceless and something that should be instilled in all men.
Damn right. Like how can you look at a video like this and not want justice for what was done to your people? Like, what race of people that had crimes done to them to this extent, to where they say we're gonna take this and just sweep this under the goddamn rug? Nobody does that. Every country in the world got memorials about wars they didn't fought, crimes they didn't been done to them, and they got them things for a very specific reason to make sure that this never, ever, ever happens again. But yet we have been told to forget about this, man. You get what I'm saying? And they ain't, like we just said, they ain't gonna never bring this type of information out in the goddamn school. You see what I'm saying? And it's important for this information to come out because Black people suffer from Stockholm syndrome. And then when you got Stockholm syndrome, it is a mental illness to where you learn to love the people who have done 500 years of crime, slavery, and all type of stuff. And brother, the only way that you can beat it, according to the white man, is that you have to show the crimes that have been done in order for these people to get back to where who they supposed to be.
That's right.
So heavy about the video at the end, you see what religion they brought up at the end. Now these cats this cat that was doing this crime on Sunday morning, what he went the Christian church, and it amazes me that we don't look at the church. When we say that Christian church is the house of Satan, Captain Tazaryach, they look at us like we got three heads. When you look at the story right here,
right?
Your first Christians here in America was the slave master, man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And the only reason our people would accept a religion of their slave master is when brothers and sisters don't have no hope. It's like you saying when you go voting, we got to pick the lesser of two.
Yeah. Right.
They both evil. They both rapists.
Right.
Yeah, you know it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And you gonna go ahead and say, well, I know they both wicked as hell, but I got to vote for a wicked man, not a righteous man.
Right.
You get but you claim to follow Christ. Did Christ say go ahead and vote for the wicked? You understand? I don't think he did.
Like, you don't even have to vote at all.
Right.
If you know they both evil, just say, man, I ain't doing nothing. I'm not picking a side.
That's it.
Why not that? Why is that never an option to just not pick a side?
If I could, it's what you're saying is heavy because in China, when they was having the imperial emperors, one of the most successful emperors ever, his policy of government was to do less, to do nothing. Don't mess with the people. Don't do so much. Just let the people let them go. And guess what? That was one of the most successful times in China. Well, guess what? For the success of blacks, Hispanics, and Americans to be with white people, just don't do nothing with white people. Just let them go. Let them do their thing.
I'm coming to your war. Them, give it up. Off the rhyme.
I was gonna say what you brought about Christianity was heavy because what you brought out got me thinking about the movie Birth of a Nation. When the white slave master was telling Nat Turner how to interpret the Bible and how the first experience that black people experienced Christianity was through slavery. And so like everything that we've been taught in the Christian church was from the interpretation of white people.
That's it.
And when Nat Turner brought the scripture, bind their feathers with iron.
Nobles with feathers.
Iron, you know what I'm saying? White people got real uncomfortable when Nat Turner brought that scripture out.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
So like white people don't have the spirit of righteousness.
No.
At all. There's nothing righteous about white people at all.
But what you're saying, they just don't understand your pain. Yeah. Because again, they look at you like you know what I'm saying? They tell you now when it comes to like hospitals, white doctors, they still believe that you don't feel no pain. You know what I'm saying? They looking at black women like, what in the hell you want epidural for? You know what I'm saying? You a monkey. You know what I'm saying? Monkeys don't feel no pain.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They said as early as 2022 that white doctors still have this same mindset about your pain. And so now you going to take it. Yeah, that you can take it. This is 2022 of this report. So that tell you that these people can't be changed. We didn't try changing them, man. We done gave them all the love that you can give a slave master, man.
Right.
We went and fought like General Muhammad did in that video. We fought in all your wars, man. We've joined your religion, even though you beat us and raped our mothers. We gave our soul to America and have reaped none of the businesses and benefits and have got nothing in return at all. So when we look and examine that as a righteous man, you got to say, well, hell, man, our forefathers did all they could. I ain't finna do what my mother did for you women. I ain't finna join America. I ain't finna commit abortions. You understand? I ain't finna be against my man. If you a brother, I ain't finna go out there and be a goddamn criminal. You black men don't understand when you go out there and be a criminal, that's exactly what the white man wants you to do. Because he created, you know what I'm saying? He know that the environment he created, he wants your soul. He wants you to be sitting, you know what I'm saying, in a goddamn cell and rotten for the rest of your life. He have no care for your pain. And so you got to have some real niggas. That's why we call it Real Nigga University, because we ain't never getting down with America. The Lord said in the Bible, I have reserved to myself 7,000 men that have not bowed the knee, you know what I'm saying, to Baal. You understand? And that's how we feel about Christianity. We ain't never gonna be Christians, man. Just like you Christians look at us disgusting, we look at you as being disgusting. You get my point? Where we going with this?
If I may, like black people, when we go and try to vote, we want so much to be involved in what happens in this country.
That's right.
You understand? We want to feel like, oh, we made a difference to what's happening in America. Your ugly little vote's not making a damn difference to nothing.
Right.
At all. Your vote doesn't even matter. They just want to know if you're gonna go do it or not to see if you're in line with what they want you in line with.
That's it.
You know, your votes are relevant. If you want to make a difference to any type of in America, how about you just go make a difference to the black people of America?
That's it.
You know,
That's
you go
it.
to your area. You
That's
don't
it.
worry about the whole entire continent.
That's
Focus
it.
on your own community.
That's it.
That's simple. They're trying to go world global all quick.
Right.
Start in your small little block.
That's
Start
it.
in your own little house.
Right.
First, you can't build a business already huge.
Right.
You gotta start somewhere small.
That's it.
Start with yourself. Go to your partner. You got your house. You
Yep.
got the block. You got the community.
That's
You're
it.
gonna grow from there. You can't just go expect to start at the top.
Damn right. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. One last point on this, then we moving on. Let's go.
Show the hypocrisy and brainwashing of Christianity. I love my father. He's a pastor down south of Mississippi. I remember one of the last times I visited, he was telling us a story about how when you go to different towns, it's different colors.
Right.
Like it's a section of the town, like our town had blue.
Right.
The houses are blue, it's how they call it blue top, or blue front. If you go down a couple miles, they got red front, they got yellow front, they got green front. Like growing up, I never thought about this, but the reason they did that was because they would have the pastors, they would have the black preachers go to each town on a separate Sunday. So this Sunday you're gonna teach in blue front. This Sunday you're gonna teach in green front.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's when they would give the slaves a break to come and learn the Bible.
Damn right.
Now, my pop, growing up in Mississippi, you know what I'm saying? I saw my grandfather being called boy. I saw my dad, my uncle being called boy. Grown men. You know what I'm saying? My uncle got literally got ran out of our town for stealing niggas. You know what I mean? Like I grew up in one of the most racist environments you could ever imagine. I told you that I could have been
right.
As a kid.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? These hands did slave work. To this day, my pops tell me, he told us this story. It seemed like it was a setup for the white man to do this, to do that, to control us, and da. He had a revolutionary moment. Then at the end of it, he told me, but you can't hate white people. You know what I mean? We all got to get along. And then he said, I told the white man the devil. He said, no, God didn't make no man. You can't say that, son. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is so indoctrinated, all the racism that he experienced, all the history that he knows about the things that went on just in our section of the world.
Right.
And to this day, because he's a Christian pastor and so indoctrinated about Christianity, he will never stand up for that.
That's great. But Mark,
So next up, This goes back to January 1923, the Rosewood, Florida massacres. A survivor of the massacre, Minnie Lee Langley, had something to say about it.
This was the which one?
The Rosewood. This is a survivor of Rosewood.
They shot us through the head.
For no reason.
No reason.
And what happened to your grandfather?
Made him dug his own grave and shot him backwards in the grave. Yeah, he didn't have but one arm.
Minnie Lee Langley is one of the 2 or 3 survivors still alive today. Where were you, Minnie, when the white men came to Rosewood?
At home.
At home. Sisters and brothers with you?
My grandmother, me and her, and one more sister was standing out in the yard.
And what, did you hear something?
None but these people came down the railroad and they asked her, did she see anybody come through there? She told him no.
These were white men?
White men.
With guns?
Yes.
And what happened to your Aunt Sarah?
Well, they came back that afternoon, killed her.
That's the end of it? That's the end of it, bro? Anybody know the history of Rosewood? What was the start of? Hey, man. Anybody know the history of Rosewood? Like why it started? Anybody want to break it down? Good.
I feel okay. So the whole history behind Rosewood was a very, very successful, prominent black town. When white people were going through depression and starving, and Rosewood was bustling with business, making money, and black people were doing their thing. And a white woman who was cheating on her husband and got beat by her lover, so she wouldn't get caught and exposed as a cheater, lied and said that a black man assaulted her, and forced himself on her. And everybody knew it was a lie, but they used that as an excuse to go into Rosewood and slaughter the entire town. Men, women, children, and burn it to the ground.
And the craziest part of that, when you watch the true story, when you watch the movie about it, there's a part in the scene, like almost towards the end, where they take the brother, and he's like, I cannot lie to you. I do not know this man. And the white man comes to shoot him. And after he shoots the brother, and the brother's laying there, another white man says, truth be told, he ain't do it. And we all know that how the wife was, meaning they knew that this wife was a whore. They knew that she was a whore. And then all the other white men like, woo, 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 because they fucking her too. Everybody fucking this white woman. And so they all know that it's a lie. And so it didn't matter if she was touched by a black man or not. That's just the reason that they would use to capitalize and enrage everybody, every white person in there, to go ahead and burn that city to the damn ground because of jealousy. Because Rosewood, like you said, was flourishing. Just like every city of blackness that was prominent was taken down by white people out of jealousy and a lie. Black Wall Street, same thing, and a lie. But they bomb a whole city behind that. And we still that's just the part I just can't understand why we still trying to fit in the society that clearly don't want to see us great. They will make America great again. And even that mantra should put fear in every black and Latino. MAGA should put fear in you. It should put fear in you in the sense that, damn, you make America great again. America was great. You was so more fucked up than we is right now. How am I going to survive this? Exactly. Are they going to take away my ice cream? Are they going to bring back? I can't laugh no more. Because that when America was great, you couldn't eat vanilla ice cream. When America was great, you couldn't laugh. Barrel of laughs, you had to go in a damn barrel. America was great. 3/5 of man. When America was great, we didn't have anything. And so that should put some level of fear in you to where when you got this Democrats and Republicans, even with the Epstein files, you know what you find out with the Epstein files is that neither the Democrats or Republicans want that shit out. You could think that the Democrats want that out. They do not. Democrats don't want it out because they PDFs too. And the Republicans is PDFs too. And they doing all manner of nastiness to coincide right with that. That's what we're supposed to take. I do want to play a video. I see your hand. I know you want to say. I'm gonna come to you in a second. I do want to play a video after the brother speaks. And in this video, there's this cat I debate named God Logic, and I want y'all to watch this video as he pleads with this white man to be able to sleep with his white woman. Now, God Logic is married to a black woman. I met his wife, but he's good. You're gonna see him sitting down here pleading and giving criteria of what would make it available for a black man to sleep with a white woman. But I'm going to do it after the brother had his hand up.
Well, I just want to say, what you're saying is so heavy because every town, it ain't just Rosewood that was destroyed because of black people flourishing. We fresh out of slavery. You know what I'm saying? IG said in his in the introduction, leave black people alone. And all we gonna do is flourish. Black Wall Street, the same thing. We got towns underwater in America right now today that was flourishing black towns. You know what I'm saying? That was flooded purposely.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Because it was all black. And we are in the ghettos. You know what I'm saying? Right now, wondering why we in the ghettos like this. Just where we want to be. We here because it's systematic. You know what I'm saying? They put us here. They don't want us to be self-governing because because after a while we'll be governing them. You know what I'm saying? So like that's all I want.
Give it up. You got it, y'all.
Y'all got that video cute. I want y'all to listen to this video. So in this video, God Logic is sitting with these white men. These white men only want their white woman to be with another white man. And they're Christian. God Logic is Christian, but he wants the black man to have a choice. He wants the black man to be able to sleep with the white woman.
Right.
And I want y'all to play this and listen. And I couldn't even get mad at the. I'm just playing it and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Interesting if you had a black person who met your criteria standard-wise and character-wise and spiritually, that you would discourage your daughter from marrying this individual.
If we're not in a vacuum, if we're not in isolation, then ordinarily for every black man who would fit my criteria currently right now, let's just be honest, for every black man who would meet my theological criteria, heritage criteria, all those kind of things, moral criteria, behavioral criteria, he's upstanding, for every black man like that, there would be at least 20 white men.
So, but why would you
bring it back? You gotta let that. But you want to say something good?
He disrespecting him
in
his face.
In his face. First of all, there ain't no criteria to sleep with a white woman. It really ain't.
Right.
Anything. The white woman sleeps with anything. She sleeps with an animal. She sleeps with a horse. She sleeps with a dog. She don't give a damn who she sleep with. Kids. Yeah, she sleep with a brother. Sleep with a. I never saw Forrest Gump a day in my life till I came into the tree. And everybody told me how this movie is so great. That movie is fucking trash. Movie is trash. Right. It's about a woman, a young white girl. First, and they tell all the crazy part. People tell me this is a great movie, but it exposed all the nastiness of white people.
Right.
The little girl is raped by her father. She becomes fast. And then they applaud the fact that after she holds herself out, get AIDS.
Right.
Then she come back to Forrest Gump and marry him.
Right.
Like, so what they telling you, what they teaching you,
right,
is that the woman can be a whore and you can still marry her. That's a great movie.
That's exactly.
Pretty Woman, she's a whore. I said this on the car crime. Pretty Woman, she's a whore.
Right.
She's a prostitute.
Right.
And the Richard Gere is a rich man, and him marrying a prostitute is a great white woman. But a black man has to be spiritually intelligent, financially secure, has to be a full-blooded man. And even as he laid that out, that damn white man said there's still 20 other men, still 20 white men to that one black man.
Right.
Shit in his face. Now, you think he stopped? No. Play it again. And so that's what I want. I want to bring it back to the beginning, please. So you can really synthesize what he's pleading, and that white man don't give a damn about what he's saying. That white man got the response ready. Y'all don't give a fuck what the nigga do.
Right.
Nigga jump through hoops. Nigga doing. You could be Michael Jordan and that white man don't want you to sleep with his white woman. Go ahead, play.
Was interesting if you had a black person who met your criteria standard wise and character wise and spiritually, that you would discourage your daughter from marrying this individual.
If we're not in a vacuum, if we're not in isolation, then ordinarily for every black man who would fit
Wait,
my
pause it
criteria.
right there. The reason why he's saying we're not in isolation, meaning if I ain't just stuck with just a black man as an option,
Right.
That's what he's saying. Because if he ain't got no choice, he's saying I ain't got no choice.
Right.
But if we in all things being considered and we just on the land like we in America right now, I am not giving my woman away to no black man. Play it.
Currently, right now, let's just be honest. For every black man who would meet my theological criteria, heritage criteria, all those kind of things, moral criteria, behavioral criteria, he's upstanding. For every black man like that, there would be at least 20 white men.
So, but why would you?
Wait, pause. But you about to plead some more. I would have shut my mouth. Like, okay, even if I'm the Christian, I'm saying, like, God damn, you cut the shit out of me, man.
That's it.
Because he's basically saying it's 20 good white men to one black man. Why would I think to give my daughter to the white man?
You know what's so crazy about this is these are two Christians. One is black, one is white,
and God loves everybody.
Him, and he tell him in his white Christian mind that even though we claim to follow the same God, I don't want your black behind with my woman.
Hell no.
Which once again, indoctrination is so heavy because we don't understand that this is how the Lord created the human race.
Yeah.
Like if you understand race, right? You in the competition.
Yeah.
The Lord created a white man, a white woman for a white man.
That's a
He
fact.
created a Chinese woman for a Chinese man.
That's a fact.
An African woman for an African man.
That's a
He
fact.
created that black woman for a black man. So choosing your own woman, preferring your own woman, brother, is the most intelligent thing that you can do. You get what I'm saying?
And if I could jump on that,
Please.
this is spiritual that you brought this up, Captain Tazaryach, because he's battling multiple things, like in a dimension. This nigga battling loving white people. He battling breaking the laws of God, just that says you cannot sleep with another nation. He's battling those two things. And on top of that, he's battling basically disrespecting his own people, his own sisters, disrespecting his own race, trying to plead. Because I ain't never heard a black man say, so what if I was this and this and that? Am I good enough for sisters, man? For a good sister, I don't hear that argument from no dude like this. This dude's battling, and on top of that, he's battling an oppressor, trying to sin. And the oppressor is telling them don't sin. That's even God telling you, we're right and you're wrong. Don't sin by sleeping with an oppressor.
Why would the oppressor want you to, you know what I'm saying, preserve yourself by putting your seed in his woman?
Right.
Like that don't even make sense.
Yeah, because if I could, the oppressor looking at it carnally, he's saying, look, this is a white woman, but there's 20 white men that could use her, could want her.
That's it.
He's looking at it more carnally.
No, listen, man, that white man right.
And
He's looking at it carnally. He's looking at it right. For him, it is righteous. Like what Mama Paul said, I wish my people would hear that and understand what he's saying.
Right.
What Mama Paul said is right. God made an Israelite man and for an Israelite woman. He made that white man for that white woman. I ain't mad at what he said. I'm mad at God's logic. But even asking the question. And then when the white man stand on business, when we play the rest of it, he's still gonna plead with us. That's what I'm angry with. Because like you said, they both Christians.
Right.
If God loved everybody and we all Christians, all Christians should matter.
They telling him no.
We
Christians, but
we ain't got
20 other white men that can use that white woman.
Where the boss?
You know,
that's what he's saying. So he ain't. I mean, he ain't carnal. I would never call him righteous, but he's not being carnal. He's just loving his people.
That's it.
That's what he's doing. I mean, ain't that what we teach?
Right.
To love your people.
That's it.
What can we play the rest of it? Somebody might think like that.
Get down.
Why would you discourage against the black one who meets your
Because
standard?
if both options are viable, there are 20 white men who fit the bill and one black man who fits the bill, then all things being equal, I would prefer for my grandchildren to look like me.
Dang. Come on, Warrior.
Y'all, the one that reminds me of when Cap was out there in New York and he brought that dude from Love and Hip Hop.
Somebody give me
and
good.
you
Oh, yeah,
broke
yeah,
down.
yeah.
Oh,
The pet,
yeah, when
the pet.
the guy, so the I Love New York guy, his name is It, and he came with his white woman. And I told It, I said, you are her pet. You might well put a fucking dog leash on your neck. And then he said, as he tries to respond to me, he says, and she loves black men more than white men, don't you? And put the mic in her mouth. Probably lose, right? Probably put the mic in her mouth. And she said, I'm not answering that.
Not on
Because
live
he
on
would
air.
never deny, or excuse me, never say that she loves black men more than white men, even
Right.
as she's having sex with them.
That's it.
Now, It is better than God Logic because he left that white woman alone and got with his sister.
That's it.
Came to both of our cookouts. Yeah, he came to last year. Yeah, you see that last year cookout? At last year cookout, he brought his black woman at the cookout. The cookout when we was on that other island, other spot of the cookout, he left that white woman after the breakdown.
Damn right.
God Logic, you know, and the crazy part is God Logic has a black woman. He got a black wife.
Man, Cap, I ain't gonna never forget when in camp in Philly, we was on 12th and Market. You know what I'm saying? And these white women walked past, they heard the stuff that we was saying and totally hated it, you know what I'm saying? And they had strollers, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna get to that part, but they heard what we saying and hated what we saying and called us niggas. You know what I'm saying? Right? Here's the part that's gonna blow you away. The strollers, you know what I'm saying, what they had, it was obvious that those children were about black men. Now you sit there and let that sink in. We sitting at the camp like, damn. Yeah. These white women walked past and was like, you fucking niggas, go to hell. While they pushing strollers with your child in the stroller. Right. But you telling us that coming together with these people was right. The very children they raising, you don't think they gonna that them white mothers ain't gonna call their child nigga when they what we talking about? Give me read the scripture for me. Get that scripture for me.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, and verse 3.
Come on.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Neither shalt thou what?
Make marriages with
See,
them.
this is what happened with indoctrination. God Logic was never taught this scripture. He was never taught that interracial dating was a sin. That's right. We reading out of the book of Deuteronomy. The book of Deuteronomy is the book of the law. Right. You get what I'm saying? Read that part one more time. Come on.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Meaning have sex with them. Read.
Thy daughter, thou shalt not give unto his son.
This is a commandment by the Most High for you brothers and sisters that have been raised in the Christian church. The church don't know what the hell they teaching you, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord didn't make us, you know what I'm saying, to be joining with them. And it's bigger than just the whole sexual part. It's the spiritual part that you don't understand. Because the Lord don't want you believing in what they believe in. Because when you believe in what they believe in, you become just like them. That's right. The white man is the greatest murderer on earth, the greatest liar, the greatest thief, the greatest everything wicked, and you become just like him. And you become just like him because you didn't took on his religion and then didn't took on his woman, and his woman pushing the stroller down the street, calling your child a nigga, and you still don't see nothing wrong with it. And this cat, God Logic, is trying to argue, you know what I'm saying, for us to be with white women, and the white man sitting there telling him they don't want that, and he don't understand that, and yet he got that religion from them. Read on.
Nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
No, this what?
Nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
Christians, they don't even know. They don't even, God Logic, he don't even know this is in the Bible. Right. He don't, this flies right over his goddamn head. Neither shall thy daughters take unto the son. Keep reading.
Now, God,
come on.
4. For they will turn away thy son from following me.
They're going to do what?
Turn away thy son from following me.
This is why the Lord don't want you doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to give up your soul when you get with a Chinese woman if you're a black man. Now you got to worship Buddha. Right. And you are a nigga, you know what I'm saying? You walk in the black man house, he got Buddha in the goddamn house. The Chinese man God sitting up there with the big belly and all. You see what I'm saying? You get with a goddamn East Indian, now you worshiping, you growing dreads and worshiping they damn East Indian gods or Africa, all this stuff. But the one thing you ain't worshiping is the nigga God. You don't even think the nigga God exists in your mind. You be looking at us like a nigga God. What are you talking about? Read.
That they may serve other gods.
That they may what?
Serve other
And
gods.
this is what you better understand. The Lord don't want you serving other God. If you a man that ever lost a woman and that anger of you losing that woman, her horn on you, the pain that you feel from that, then you better understand how the Most High feel about you serving other gods. Right. That's the same pain that you feel when you lose a woman is the same pain that the nigga God feel when you serve Christianity or when you serve Islam. And because of it, that's the reason why we in hell right now. Our black people so gifted and so talented, but yet we still on the bottom. This don't make sense. Right. It don't make sense because you got a God that is spiritually against you. Like you talk around generational cursing and don't realize God is the one that's causing the curses. You see what I'm saying? How you gonna say you believe in God and don't understand he's causing the curses because of your disobedience to what he said.
Right.
Any more on that?
Right, what you saying, Cap?
Read.
So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against
So the what?
The anger of the Lord be kindled against.
And that's what you got to understand, blacks and Hispanics. The Lord is angered against you. You want to know why ICE is doing Hispanics the way they doing? Because the Most High is mad at Hispanics for worshiping Roman Catholicism. Hispanics ain't supposed to believe in a damn religion that their oppressors forced on them. Yeah, the conquistadors was goddamn Roman Catholics. What are you as a Hispanic being a Roman Catholic seeing your forefathers' head was chopped off? Native American Indians, you Christians, when your damn people was marched from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast doing the Trail of Tears. What the fuck are you doing being a goddamn Catholic? It don't even make sense. And I ain't even got to talk about black people. Right. The hell, you've been enslaved and you talking about you a Christian like white people. Right. And the Lord is angry with us. When are we gonna examine this, man? Tell you right now, third world war is coming, race wars is coming, famines is coming. You're gonna find out that you sitting in that goddamn Christian pew praying to Christianity day and night, you're gonna find out that you've been mistaken. You're gonna find out that you've been led astray. You would drop that. What we going next?
Come on. So next up, we have an article and a video going over Trump boasting about how he didn't invite the full black governor to the all governor dinner.
Good, right. Good night. Damn.
Come on.
This guy.
When I saw it, I thought it was a troll. Well, the fact there's only one black governor is such a free country. I thought we was free to be whatever we want to be. Post-racial. One black governor out of all 52 states? 52 states and Puerto Rico, right? And one black governor.
Right.
We say we got enough. It's just one is offensive. If we bring one nigga to this governor, it's offensive. They don't want no niggas in there. That is diabolical when you think about it. And then Trump, one thing I like about Trump is not like in a good way. Right. What I like about Trump is he's the purest racism. His racism is pure and driven snow. They did that shit to Barack and Michelle Obama, and Trump said, "Yeah, I ain't mad about it. I ain't mad about it. I ain't do nothing wrong. Ain't nobody got to apologize." Even though he didn't make the video, they just edited the so Michelle and Obama as the monkeys. That's Trump. So who's surprised that Trump said, "Nah, we don't want that nigga in there. Get that nigga about it," and boasted about it. And the most disappointing part about it is niggas is going to defend it. Like here we is for the Israelite school UPK, we got the perfect president in office. That's it. The perfect, the purest, the racist, everything about him, and black people still fighting for him. Right. That's the sad part about it. Even that governor, what did the governor say about it? The governor say he don't want to be governor no more? Yeah. He still want to be governor. Now, why do you think they didn't invite him? No, not take the black part just out the way.
No, obviously he said it himself. You know what I mean? He didn't want to speak. He said he can't speak to the president's mind state, but he feels like he knows why he wasn't invited.
But why didn't he speak to it then? I can't speak to the president's mind state, but I feel like I know.
Right.
It's only one reason.
Because
he's black, and another reason. Because they don't support his beliefs on ICE. And the mayor of Baltimore did something that I ain't really seen a lot of mayors do. He actually fixed black people without ICE. Without what they was bringing in the National Guard. You know how he fixed the mayor Baltimore? He fixed it by calling the conditions of black people a health crisis and highlighted racism and not enough resources and programs.
Right.
And reduced it. Last year, there was a report that Baltimore had the lowest unaliving rate since like 1964, 1970, something like 50 years ago. And he did that by pointing out the racism black people go through, the lack of resources, the lack of funding, the lack of everything. And as a mayor, he went and did that. So whereas Trump was bringing a National Guard in Washington, D.C. by force,
right?
The mayor just did what was right by actually bringing the resources. The things Chaapash was talking about in that town hall meeting, that mayor actually did it. So you got a black mayor that's against Trump. You got a black governor that probably ain't siding with Trump.
Right.
So I'm like, F y'all. So at one level, it is about being black, and another level is he ain't down with the ICE. He ain't down with the National Guard, and that's a whole nother reason too. You gonna set some of Go ahead and play the video.
Go ahead. All the article. Okay, go ahead. Somebody want to say something?
Come on. This is Daily Beast. Trump boasts he didn't invite sole black governor to dinner. Donald Trump boasted Wednesday that he didn't. That he didn't invite two Democratic governors, one of whom is the nation's sole black governor, to a National Governors Association gathering at the White House. Trump 79 wrote on Truth Social that Colorado Governor Jared Polis and Maryland Governor Wes Moore are not worthy of being at the gathering later this month. Trump called Moore foul-mouthed and criticized him over the rebuilding of the Francis Scott Key Bridge and crime in Baltimore. Let's see. After Trump first snubbed the two governors, a group of their colleagues planned to skip the dinner, and the NAGA said it wouldn't be included in its official schedule for their gathering in Washington from February 19th to the 21st.
Man, and this the part that you don't understand. Like this 2026 where this is happening. Like Captain Tazaryach said, you know what I'm saying? This is why he liked what Trump is doing, not like per se, but the whole like is this is what we need to wake up. Like you know what I'm saying? You need for white supremacy, you know what I'm saying, to show you they ugly head, you know what I'm saying, in order for you to be able to wake up. You want to say something, y'all done?
No, just to piggyback on what
Please.
I would rather see the snake, you know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Shooting out of the grass, not hiding in this.
Damn right. So let me tell you something. Trump acting like this and white people being who they naturally are is going to work wonders for you brothers and sisters waking up. Because if they don't, you know what I'm saying, brother, we would just be asleep for another 400 something hours. We would never wake up from this. If this man, like the scriptures say, if the man of sin was not revealed, then we would never ever wake up. So him doing this, you know what I'm saying, and now showing black people that becoming governors, becoming mayors, becoming police officers, you thought that this meant now that you were no longer a slave. But now you finding out you becoming a governor or mayor or even the president, because the president, you know, even though Barack Obama ain't our people, but our people look at him as that, and white people look at him as that. You getting all these different offices mean absolutely nothing to white people. And they're showing you this. Once again, you are in Nazi Germany 2.0, and you don't even realize, and you hoping, you know what I'm saying, that this thing is going to change. But I got bad news for you black and Hispanic people, man. Listen, this white supremacy is coming. You know, it's coming down on you like something you could not believe. And the only way that you're going to survive this is by coming into the truth. The only way you're going to get out of this is by being prepared by the because of the Lord under Commander. Commander Junior Hunter working hard day and night. He been doing it, you know what I'm saying, for 40 some odd years, raised up a ton of schools, you know what I'm saying, because of the love for his people, man. And any man that got love for his people is going to teach you the truth about where you live and about the people who you think you're supposed to be joining.
That's right.
You get my point? Let's play. If you look done on the article, IG,
Come on,
let's go ahead and play the video if we could.
President Trump will host an annual meeting of governors at the White House. He's only inviting Republican governors to that, which is traditionally a bipartisan event.
Right.
And he's specifically excluding you and Democratic Governor Jared Polis from a separate dinner. You're the vice chair of the National Governors Association. Do you know why you were being called out and excluded?
It's particularly confusing because just a few weeks ago, I led a group of Democratic and Republican governors to the White House. And we had a meeting with the White House where we signed a memorandum of understanding around energy and trying to increase energy supply and bring down energy costs. And so one thing I know is that you can uninvite, you can untweet, but you can never erase. And so if I was selected by my peers, both Democratic and Republican governors, to serve as the vice chair of the National Governors Association, we focus on getting things done for our people, and we're not interested in being able to go to fancy dinners with the president if he wants to exclude certain members. So since the president decided,
like this cat here, this brother, you know what I'm saying, is so brainwashed out that he don't even see the writing on the wall. It was just like the video you showed with God Lock. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like these cats is so that this is mental illness that you watching right here live on the air by a cat who's a so-called governor, went to probably the white man school, got the top education. You know what I'm saying. And you see right now, you know what I'm saying, while being in this truth is more important than getting the education from the white man.
Didn't even answer the question. He windmilled like. But we don't want to go anyway. That's how he spoke.
That's it.
But he's not addressing what the actual question she had.
Right.
Because
he
should have. Yeah, he should have. What was wrong with that?
Like that's the thing about white people, man. They put the camera, you know what I'm saying, and mic in front of you, Uncle Tom Negroes, you know what I'm saying, just to see if you ready to be a man. Like she gave him an opportunity to see if he ready to be free, and he ain't even peeping. You know what I'm saying? And she said, you know, he a chump. He just got pumped. Right. They don't even realize it. Play the rest of it.
that I'm not going to be invited. This will not be an NGA event.
Meaning what?
Meaning the NGA will not support this dinner. If the president wants to have a dinner with his friends and have a black tie dinner with his friends on that night, that is perfectly fine. It will not be an NGA event.
And you have a commitment from Republican governors on that?
Oh, we have a commitment from the organization. This is a bipartisan.
She's saying, did the Republicans say that shit? The organization.
Right.
He did not answer the question.
He's the head of the organization.
She is straight up, you know what I'm saying, punking him live on the air. Any points on this, Ogden?
Yeah, if I could,
Please.
real quick. It's so much to this. You know what I mean? Which let us know we don't have our own spirit. You know what I mean? Like in this kingdom. Because like how we tried to do with the community event we did, we said, look, the city council don't care about us. Let us care about us.
Right.
Let us come together. Let us pull some money together and start thinking and addressing and putting money towards our own community.
Right.
He can say, look, I'm gonna have my own governor's dinner.
Right.
And I'll bring the governors. I'm gonna bring people that I want to do. He don't got no spirit for that.
That's it.
He don't give it. Well, they didn't invite me. You know what? The next time they want to invite me, I'm not gonna go. You know, he don't have no spirit to have nothing except be excluded and be punked and take the disrespect.
Yeah.
He don't have no spirit to like the UPK have. We're gonna make our own kingdom of heaven.
Damn right.
We ain't gonna get invited to the dinners. Fuck they dinners. We're gonna invite our own, and we got our own guest list. The Haitians, the Dominicans, the Cubans, the Hondurans, Mexicans. We're gonna have our own dinners.
Can I read a scripture real fast if y'all don't mind? This is the letters of Jeremiah, right? This is I appreciate it, bro. This the letter of Jeremiah. It's 1 chapter, verse 34 and 35. It says, whether it be evil that one doeth unto them or good, they are not able to recompense it. They can neither set up a king nor put him down. In like manner, they can neither give riches nor money. Though a man make a vow unto them and keep it not, they will not require it. They can save no man from death, neither will they deliver the weak from the mighty, because they don't serve the Most High. Right, that's the destruction that we have, because we're going to a nation, like even Lamentation says, our eyes have failed in looking at a nation that cannot save us. When the Lord says there is no savior besides me, people think that's about the whole Jesus God or something like that. But when he's saying there's no savior besides me, there is no saving in Egypt. There is no saving in America. There is no saving in Christianity. There is no saving in Islam. There's only saving in obeying the Most High. So even when he asks the question, because he still wants to believe in America, he can't say Donald Trump is racist. The Republicans are not coming to help me, because he don't want to lose the white people that he thinks helps him. And that's why we're powerless, because we look at them for leadership. That's all.
Read that. You got my Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 30. And when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do? When thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do?
When thou art destroyed, and black people and brown, we people who are destroyed. Read.
Though thou clotheth thyself with crimson.
Though thou do what?
Clotheth thyself with crimson.
Meaning put on their religion. You know what I'm saying? Except they whole thing about voting. You know what I'm saying? Putting on this American culture. That's what putting on our crimson mean. Read.
Though thou deckest thee with ornaments of gold. Deckest thee with ornaments of gold.
Talking about the riches of America. Becoming athletes. Becoming actors. Read.
Though thou rentest thy face with painting.
Do what?
Rentest thy face with painting.
Written myself with painting is becoming a fan of America. You know what I'm saying? Tell me who more of a fan than us. You know what I'm saying? When you go play for the Olympics or you go fight in the military, it's like a mascot. You know what I'm saying? Who go to the sports arena. He got the team out there they playing, and he painted his face to show his dedication to the team, even though he don't play for the team. This is who black people have been here in America. You have painted your face with the American flag and rooted, you know what I'm saying, for the people that have destroyed you. This is what the Lord showing you. Read.
In vain.
And what?
In vain.
Read.
Shalt thou make thyself fair. Thy lovers. Thy lovers.
Thy what?
Thy lovers.
Hear what the Lord say, thy lovers. These are the people that you didn't love. This is the country that you have loved. Read.
Will despise thee.
They will what?
Despise thee.
That's what you're seeing right here in 2026. The place that you did all this dedication and been the biggest fan of. Despise mean hate. This place have always hated you and always will. And now they ready to take over the entire earth. And in the process of them taking over the entire earth, they doing what Hitler did, you know what I'm saying, to the fake Jews during the time, you know what I'm saying, of World War World War II, I mean, which is what they do when they came up with the so-called Jews. They had a thing called the final solution. And this is what you black and Hispanics don't understand what's taking place here in America is that they're preparing the final solution for you. And what is the final solution? Slaughter.
Right.
Getting rid of you completely. They starting with I ain't gonna say starting with the Hispanics, but they've been oppressing us both for a very long time. But that's what you see in ICE. ICE is, let's see how the country reacts to us treating these people in this manner. Let's see if we able to get away with this. And they're getting away with it. And now that they're getting away with it, you know what I'm saying, you so-called Negroes, you next in line. You Negroes talking about, we ain't got nothing to do with this. We ain't getting involved. Listen, the UPK, we getting involved. We come together with our Hispanic brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying? Because we know in the long run, we're going to need each other to survive, you know what I'm saying, this avalanche of hell that is coming our way. You understand what we have? What's next?
Come on, next up is a video going over the so-called real activism of the civil rights.
Shout out to them sisters back there cooking that food through that dough. That's Blair coming to the dough, you know what I'm saying? They making it, it's hard to finish the podcast out there.
In the late 60s, whenever
Monahan report came out and said the black family was in trouble. 25% of our babies were being born out of wedlock. When the report came out, it says we need national action to save the black family. When Monahan gave the report to Johnson, Johnson made a statement. The civil rights organizations pushed back and called Monahan racist and said the black family is peripheral. They said the real problem, they said what you're doing is you blaming the victim. The real problem is racism. So from that point, an activism started, but it was a different kind of activism. We had an activism that started right after we were freed as slaves. Men drove and walked miles and miles to find their wives and their children that they had been separated from. That was activism. And then, praise God, they went to work. That was activism. They raised their own food. They raised their own pigs, cows, and fed their families. They started their own schools and educated their children. And then before long, they were building their own businesses, their own hospitals, their own schools. That was the activism that said, don't give me nothing, just get out of my way, and I'll do it. And our children were educated in segregated schools. And they were safe there because they had dedicated teachers who understood that what I put in these children is going to lift up our race, even in a racist society. That was activism, strengthening the family. But we left off the family and went to marching and fighting the government and fighting the different aspects of society. And then we forgot the family, and guess what happened? We went from 25% of our babies being fatherless to 72% while we are electing black officials that sell us out and tell us to kill our babies and tell us we can cut off our little boys' thing. I don't need that activism. And we don't get caught up in this political rhetoric. These folks that fly.
Y'all ain't nobody watch that.
That's what I said. We might want to start going.
Play it again. They got my double tap. Play the video again. Let's focus in on it, finish this thing right. Everybody understand?
Let's take a minute and just say this. Something happened in the late 60s whenever Monahan report came out and said the black family was in trouble. 25% of our babies were being born out of wedlock. When the report came out, it says we need national action to save the black family. When Monahan gave the report to Johnson, Johnson made a statement. The civil rights organizations pushed back and called Monahan racist and said the black family is peripheral. They said the real problem, they said what you're doing is you blaming the victim. The real problem is racism. So from that point, an activism started, but it was a different kind of activism. We had an activism that started right after we were freed as slaves. Men drove and walked miles and miles to find their wives and their children that they had been separated from. That was activism. And then, praise God, they went to work. That was activism. They raised their own food. They raised their own pigs, cows, and fed their families. They started their own schools and educated their children. And then before long, they were building their own businesses, their own hospitals, their own schools. That was the activism that said, don't give me nothing, just get out of my way, and I'll do it. And our children were educated in segregated schools, and they were safe there because they had dedicated teachers who understood that what I put in these children is going to lift up our race, even in a racist society. That was activism, strengthening the family. But we left off the family and went to marching and fighting the government and fighting the different aspects of society. And then we forgot the family, and guess what happened? We went from 25% of our babies being fatherless to 72% while we are electing black officials that sell us out and tell us to kill our babies and tell us we can cut off our little boys' thing. I don't need that activism. And we don't get caught up in this.
You know what I mean? Give brother a hand. You know what I mean? Now this is a pastor doing this.
Right.
You get it right on.
They get mad.
Right. This right here shows you that they are ready to hijack what you doing in the UPK. You get what I'm saying? 'Cause
They watch
everything they're right. Everything he said. What that sound like? You're about to get me right on here. Huh? Yeah, that sounds like the manager in your house. Because what he is saying, that all preachers should be saying is that whole doctrine that they've been pushing for so long have totally failed of joining the so-called white man. Now, here's the thing what he don't understand. He's going to have to give up that religion.
Right.
Because you can't get up there and be saying all this in the church, you know what I'm saying, while teaching, you know what I'm saying, that God loves everybody. That's what he don't understand. That's the hypocrisy of what he just said. But what he said was totally true. You know what I mean? So what we at next?
Con. So next up,
Get down,
real quick.
Please.
I wanted to ask you a question yesterday. What's the importance? Why is it so important that, of course, you always look at the room when it comes to IPK. It's a room full of black brothers. You know what I'm saying? But what's the importance? Why is it so important? It's really.
I'm sorry. Say that. Oh, let's take it.
Why is it so important that we bring in, just like yesterday, we bring in, our Hispanic brothers, the Issacharites, you know what I'm saying, Ephraimites, all that. Why, we look at it like we try to raise our black people up, but why is it so, what's the point behind us raising up Ephraim and raising up Issachar, raising up his northern tribe for us?
What's the importance for us to do that?
Yeah,
What actually can? Because that's what God said. Like in Zephaniah 3:1, when it says, "Gather yourselves together, O nation not desired." Latinos and blacks are the most we are the undesirables. And when we say undesirable, it's not what you could do as cattle. Like chattel slavery. Chattel slavery is when they bred us to work for them. So that's not undesirable. Even the music, how they'll say, well, we influence the music and stuff like that. It's one thing to influence the music, but who builds their kingdom off that music? We don't. When they come to that music, everybody dancing to our music, and the generational wealth that comes from that music, the Sonys and the different record labels, that don't come in our pockets. That goes in their pocket. So we don't generate nothing with that. Basketball, we don't own none of the teams. Football, they crying about what's that, the Rooney Rule? The Rooney Rule in the NFL? Because this year, when it came to the coaches, what happened? All the white coaches. There's no black NFL team. There's no nothing. So even with all the so-called influence that we have, it doesn't give us anything. It gives them everything. So now us coming together, we have to free our minds. Like imagine as we build this kingdom, like 50 years is not a long time. We was in Egypt building ourselves together. It took 400 years before we came out of that captivity. So ISUPK was established in 1969. We're slowly beginning to bring Latinos, Native Indians, and blacks together. And then look what we're able to build in that short time. That's the importance of it. Men and women realizing what God said to do and doing it in spite of the odds. Like an Israelite, as much havoc as we causing, we're not even 1%.
Right.
Think about that. We're not 1%. We're Christians and Muslims dominate. Right. So, you know what I'm saying? And we doing that in spite of the odds. We have to go outside with our fringes on and get laughed at. We call the Israelite, you just a black Israelite. You ain't this, you ain't that. I mean, I did a class yesterday, a Friday class. When I said, when I'm battling, I know the Lord is going to zap me with the information. That's exactly how I said it. And do you know that fake Israelites is saying, Tazaryach said he gets zapped by God. You can't be that fucking dumb, because that ain't my point. My point is, my belief in the Most High is that He gives me the understanding. Right. My belief is not that I'm gonna go to some theologian school or to some Christian apologetic to get the understanding of how to fix our people. There's something spiritual when I read that book that said, "Go wake your people up." I can't even tell you where it comes from. Like even when Paul said, it came. He saw, I think in Corinthians, when he talks about seeing something, he couldn't tell where it came from. So I can't tell where this comes from. You can't tell where it comes from. But I know that it said to gather my people, so that's the importance of it.
Give it up, give it up, give it up.
And if I could say something off of that, the scriptures even told Paul, he said, look, don't think about what you're going to answer when you go up to I think he had to go see one of the Julius Caesars, one of the Emperor Caesars of Rome. They said, don't give no thought of your response. Just go. Don't sit here and try to figure out how you're going to say it. And just go. Just go do the work. The Lord will give you. The Lord is real. The Lord is here with us every day. He going to see it. He walking with you. When you walking with the Lord, the scripture say, blessed is the feet of the man that bring the gospel, man. Your feet is blessed by going to teach this truth. How much more when, you know what I mean, your mouth and your spirit and your hands and everything. So the Lord just needs somebody who's going to stand for him.
That's it.
You know what I mean? He just needs somebody going to do it.
That's what we doing it, man. That's what this podcast is all about. Well, yeah, have another story. You know what I'm saying? Captain Chaapash, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta listen to the man you work with. Captain Chaapash with the triple bag, the food. These brothers have all total conversation.
Yeah, I got to ride anyway.
Get a sister hand.
Yeah.
You understand? Right. Yeah, man. Hell of a job.
Come here real quick. Just real quick. Give sister some shout out.
Nah.
He cooked it all this morning.
Damn right, man. Let's get the sister on camera real quick. You know what I mean?
Everyone clap it up for you for cooking the food for everybody.
Damn right. Wonderful food. Damn right. You know what I mean? So, man, with that, man, it's been one hell of a podcast. Roundtable Truth live from Indianapolis. Of course, got to give it up. We got the 13,000 Tazaryach.
Yes, sir.
Came down, rock it out. Anything coming up, y'all?
No, I mean, teaching, I just teach. That's it.
No battles or nothing?
Not that I can think. I got some, but I don't like to speak about it because stepping stone.
Where can the people follow you up?
Oh, yep. Y'all can follow me on Captain Tazaryach TV. You can follow me on Facebook. I had to create a new account. And now I'm going to say Tazaryach. Instead of Tyree, you can follow me on Instagram. Also, you can follow us on Cross the Line Radio. We've been doing that. For Team Big Up to my brother, Captain Tazaryach. Doing with that channel. Don't forget the grill. Well, I call it the grill. Don't forget Black Watch with Commander Jenny Hunter every Monday and Wednesday, 9 p.m. That's the real CNN. You want to see real prophecy, something that'll affect change. That's where you want to tune in.
Damn right. Hold up. Also, man, I want to give it up to Captain Chaapash, you know what I'm saying, for having us come down. And the whole Indianapolis camp, the brothers and the sisters. Captain, you close the word.
Yes, sir. April 25th. We already got a tentative date for the next community discussion. About 4 weeks after Passover, April 25th. We already asked somebody in the inbox saying what kind of venues for you set up, another venue. So the people in the end at the event, a sister said, look, you need to make a guest list like this and like this and like that. I said, well, can you help me with that, sis? I said, all right, I'll give you a number. You know what I mean? So the community's already starting to step up in big ways. So April 25th is a tentative date for the next community discussion for the city. And after that, because that brother who getting us the event, he want to start a neighborhood watch. So we're going to do a neighborhood watch right after the event. We're going to walk the block and do a neighborhood watch and make sure as many people is safe and straight on that block and that hood and reach out with the community as a group. And so April 25th, you in Indianapolis, go follow us, ISUPK Indianapolis, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter.
Yeah, right. Man, like all my niggas, man, I want to give it up to these amazing hosts that rock it out with me every week. To my right, Officer Lamar Yala. Right. My man, that's what's
Make sure to go like, follow, share, subscribe to All Roundtable of Truth, Real Nigga University social media pages out there. Of course, it's catch us next week on Friday as per usual. You understand? And lastly, but definitely not least, make sure to get all your arrangements prepared for the Lord's 57th annual Passover.
That's right.
Coming up April 4th. You understand? Make sure to pay your $200 Passover fee per person per adult above the ages of 17 and above.
Yeah, right. Give it up. Also, I want to give it up to all Christian officers of Yardan. Anything of Yardan?
Gun, sir.
Please.
First of all, thank you.
Pay your tithes, man. Pay your tithes.
Yeah, hell yeah.
ISUPK.com, you know what I'm saying? 10% of all your earnings go to the priests and prophets of the Lord, you know what I'm saying? To continue to do this work in our community. So, and also, you know what I'm saying? For the same Passover week, make sure you square away your arrangements for your babysitting for the black party. You know what I'm saying? Reach out to myself, you know what I'm saying? And get that squared away. That's all I got.
I think it's safe to say y'all going to be announcing that babysitting every week into Passover. You know what I'm saying? You are definitely need. Right? With that being said, I'll also give it up to Priest Moses. I will love. Anything I do?
Yeah, Comic-Con. Make sure you join us February 28th at the Chicago School. We're gonna have Black History Month at the school. We're gonna have an open house from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. with a Q&A session. And from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. a class held by Officer 5,000 Round.
There we go. Right. I also want to give it up to Mighty Man, my yard. Anything wrong?
About that, bro. You know what I mean? No matter where you are in the world, you know what I'm saying? Go to ISUPK.com and find a local school in your area, because ISUPK is not a local organization. We are international. We are all over the entire world, whether Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans are. Go to ISUPK.com, call the number for the local school in your area, start attending classes. We got classes Monday through Friday from 7 to 9. And then every Saturday we have the Sabbath service. You know what I mean? Where we go through the entire Bible, starting from Genesis to Revelation. We give you the ancient Hebrew, the Lashwan Kodash, the holy separate tongue, which is our original language. We give you an English, the English translation, and a proper scripture breakdown so you can understand real Black history live.
Right. Right. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. You also want to give it up to Big O Live for joining us here this morning.
Comic-Con, sir. Make sure you go subscribe to No Campus Vigo on YouTube. All the work we've been doing over the past, year and a half, almost 2 years. All the videos, all the battles. Trooper Halak Kadaji's been, behind the scenes working to make sure we get all the work and things that we've been doing. From the time we ISUPK has been made a Vigo and took over Vigo. The work that we've been doing. Also, make sure you tune in every Sunday, because we will be returning. Big old biblical law class, 12 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard. I will be teaching at the ISUPK Big old biblical law class. So tune in. If you have any questions, you can come there and learn. What the law is that you should and shouldn't be following. The Christian church does not teach you. That's the law is done away with. So make sure you tune in.
Give it up. Let's also give it up. We got Captain Tazaryach, ISBK Southern Ohio in the building, Cincinnati. That's right. Officer Ryan, Officer Tazaryach, Officer Tazaryach, Officer Tazaryach, and a host of other brothers here. Please.
We have found a couple of brothers who've been tuning in for us today.
Please, go ahead.
Yo, just want to shout some brothers out. We'll be in the chat. We got Sister Yapar, Ash Yahawada, Bebeso. We got a whole lot of brothers in here. True Christian. You understand? We got brothers that donated also. We have I think Jose Israel donated $20. Shout out to that brother. You understand? Also, we got another super chat. Another brother. Yep, another brother right here. And we got Fool who donated another $10. So shout out to everybody who tuned in. The water.
I'm giving up to my technical team going out. Officer Ramawan, get him a hand. Right. Officer Ramawan, get him a hand. Right. I am Captain Marquardt, under commanding. That's right. There has been a round table of truth